Can you provide an overview of Wallenborn Group's trucking services within the Middle East, including the key markets and the routes it's serving in the region?
Yes, we are mainly working for airlines directly. This is a big part of our business in UAE and in GCC. Not only, we're also working for forwarders, agents. Mainly our focus is still on air cargo, even if it would be for agents, so we are not that much into sea freight. We're getting there, we have a few requests, but our main core activities are in UAE. So we are really a local transport company.
Wallenborn's opened its UAE offices in 2013. Could you highlight the key achievements and the milestones that have contributed to the company's growth and success in the region over the years?
There has been different and multiple milestones. Of course, every new airline which we are able to offer our services to, which is deciding to land in UAE, can be a passenger airlines, can be a cargo airlines. Obviously, it's always an achievement to onboard a new airline. Over and above that, we won a few big major contracts with forwarders to do their distribution. So those contracts are still going on. I don't want to name it, probably the people.
Can you tell us more about the partnership between Wallenborn and the Etihad Cargo, and how does this contribute to addressing the challenges in the competitive air landscape?
The Etihad partnership is mainly focused on Europe. So those are our headquarters who are taking care of that in our European operations. I think it has been, I'm speaking on the behalf of Etihad and our headquarters in Europe, I think it has been very beneficial in terms of network, because our network in Europe is really strong. So we have offices in all the major cities, Luxembourg, Paris, Amsterdam, Frankfurt, Milano, London. So of course, with such a network, we can always easily accommodate the needs of such big airlines, big carriers, because they require a lot of offline RFS services. So I think it has been very beneficial for Etihad, also for others. Okay. So this is our strength in Europe actually, it's our hub. The European hub is still growing. So we open in Brussels, we open in Liège, there are other plans also. So our strength in Europe is our capacity and the network we have.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Given the unique challenges, when we're talking about the cross-border trucking, especially in the Middle East, what strategies and solution has Wallenborn Group developed to ensure the efficient and reliable transportation of goods in the area?
The GCC cross-border trucking is always a very hot topic, and I have to say I'm quite happy to see that the things are evolving in the right direction. So you probably know that Saudi Arabia forbid trucks which are over 20 years to enter. So I think this will also strengthen in time, and this is really something good. For us, we do a few GCC movements as of now. It's growing, but my main vision of GCC, or I wish it would be aligned actually. So UAE and Saudi, it would be great. Every country is taking the steps together. Etihad Rail, as of now, I don't think it's crossing Saudi, for example, but yeah, those projects make GCC really
But
work.
what kind of collaborations are you looking in the GCC when we're looking at a very uniform and collaborative kind of approach, especially for the air cargo movement?
Trucking the air cargo in GCC is still a bit complicated border-wise because it's very time-sensitive cargo. But sometimes airlines have no choice, depending on where they land and the lead time actually they're looking for. So of course you have now a lot of carriers which are landing in Saudi Arabia. Still, Dubai is a major hub in the region in terms of capacity. So this is what we are providing to the airlines. So we're providing basically off-size cargo to GCC. Whenever basically they don't get maybe a slot in the region, obviously DWC in Dubai is always happy to accommodate them. Yeah? So once the cargo is here, we managed to get it cross-border to Qatar, to Kuwait, to Dammam, to Jeddah. But this is as of now, it's a very small part of our business.
But how do you see the other markets other than UAE, especially when we talk about the GCC, which is the biggest market for you?
As of now, it still remains UAE.
It still remains UAE.
It still remains UAE, yes.
Okay. And who's the real competition if I look at it? Specifically when you have taken over the agility as well, and what's the real competition in the market for you?
We took over part.
You took over. I know. That's what I'm coming back to. Like, you took over all the competitions.
We don't have that much money to buy Agility. Agility made a joint venture with DSV, but our real competitors, well, there are not a lot of RFS providers for airlines in the market. So I would say there are two major competitors. Well, competition, yes and no, because they're really focused on Etihad, the local business of Etihad, and I think ATC. So they are doing a bit of tracking for Emirates here locally as well.
No,
But aside of that, every airline landing in Dubai, in DWC or Sharjah or even Abu Dhabi, we started to work out of Abu Dhabi with new airlines. Each airline which is going to come here will definitely consider us as their RFS partner.
I think specifically if you talk about your Etihad cargo, though it's for Europe, definitely it will have a spillover effect in this market as well.
I hope so. It's about time. So I'm always happy to participate in new commercial offers for the big players in UAE. We needed to get bigger and we're really reaching that stage now. So the next tenders, I'm quite confident about it. Yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay, let's talk about reliability. You know, when we talk about trucking, when we talk about transportation, reliability is a very key aspect of any trucking or transportation company.
Yes.
So how does Wallenborn Group ensure the consistent and reliable delivery of various types of cargo? Specifically when we talk about the temperature controlled goods and the dangerous materials, and also keeping in mind how UAE is becoming a hub for the food re-export.
Absolutely, absolutely right. It's a very vast topic actually. What makes a transport company above service level, let's say, above market service level? Well, there are not a lot of secrets. You always have to invest for your customers. So in terms of equipment, you need to renew your fleet on a regular basis. Every couple of years, you need to add new trucks. Not for the sake of adding them, because first, they are more sustainable, they are more fuel efficient, and they are more reliable. So the new technologies, obviously, they help a lot in terms of service and quality, which you're going to provide to the customers. It's not really a sad thing in the UAE market. People still love their old trucks and old lorries, but it's basically a sustainable disaster.
Yes.
So there are a lot of measures taken by the government also to try to reduce that step by step, which is very good. I hope it's going to go further than that. So we are definitely not afraid of any governmental changes. We were the first one.
Anything.
We were the first company in 2014 to bring 20 Euro 5 trucks.
Wow.
So now 80% of our fleets are Euro 6. And we still carry on to renew the equipment every 2-3 years. So yes, it's an investment, but again.
But I think investment in the customer satisfaction.
In the customer satisfaction, in the sustainability, in the reliability as well.
Yeah.
So this is a thing a transport company needs to do.
So talking about the sustainability trucking challenges, what according to you are the primary barriers which are preventing some trucking companies from adopting sustainable technologies and practices?
Well, of course, every new purchase or new technologies comes with a price. It's also, again, about the vision of the company itself. Pricing is always, of course, a very challenging question for the customers, but we always manage to convince them that a lot of received ideas are probably not always right. A new truck, yes, it's a bit more expensive than the older one, but ultimately, when you check at the consumptions and everything, it turns out to be pretty much the same. Yes, but you just need a bit of capital.
But what about the technologies specifically for the route optimization in the industry? Are you focusing on some specific technologies which can be implemented for the route optimization or the load optimization?
I mean, we have tracking device and route optimization devices. The drivers can see in real time where there are traffic jams. They can reroute the trip if it's really needed. In UAE, we don't have that much challenges as in Europe, for example.
Yeah.
We only have a couple of highways. So the options are quite limited in terms of, let's say, route management. Yeah, let's call it that way. So that's kind of easy challenge in UAE.
Okay.
But the main thing which people and other transport companies would need really to focus on is the sustainability of the trucks.
Okay.
So
are we talking about the availability of the electric vehicles or the developing of the charging infrastructures?
Both comes into the same basket, I would say. Of course, if you have electric vehicles,
Yeah.
you're going to need to charge them. So the charging infrastructure for the EVs is still something which the government ultimately will need to improve across the country. But the EV is slowly reaching the UAE market. As of now, it's a costly, sustainable solution, but it's available. So there are also other solutions which are actually already available right now. So we did not wait COP28, which is a good event, and I'm glad it's going to happen in Dubai. But we started the sustainability initiatives 3-4 years ago now. So we were one of the first who started this sustainability initiatives.
That's
So
wonderful.
We are.
And how the journey has been so far?
In terms of sustainability?
In terms of sustainability.
It has been great. It has been
Yeah.
great in the last, to give
Can
you...
we talk about some figures? How much
Yes.
cost savings have been done? How much optimization have been done?
In terms of cost savings, well, you can't say really that you're going to save some cost, but for the same cost, you can be way more sustainable than others. So in the last 3 years, we saved around 480 tons of CO2 with only our fleet. So imagine the potential which UAE transporters can have if they would adopt the same strategy or way of thinking. Those are the figures for the last 3 years. It's 478 exactly. So we saved this amount of CO2, just our group here in UAE. So it's a great achievement already.
That's really good to know that we are moving in the right direction.
And customers are not, we don't even charge customers for that. So
the entire, there's no extra cost which is adding on to the customer and all.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That's a great initiative. In your opinion, what is the most promising sustainable trucking trend of the future?
It's a very interesting question.
A trucking trend is not sustainable.
I'm a bit scared to put myself out there by saying, no, there are a couple of options, obviously.
Yeah.
Electric is an option. As of now, I'm not sure it is really sustainable for many various reasons, the batteries, the recycling. But you need to give time to time, yeah? So the technology will improve. So this is why the Euro standard in trucking is very important.